Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have again my sushi chef minifigure from the Lego Ninjago movie. If you remember, he has been already the main protagonist of one of my minifigures, Habitat, as well as a bigger scene that I built quite some time ago. So today I thought maybe it could be interesting to see if I can actually build a life-size sushi. So let's move the minifigure on the side because today we are not in minifigures case, but we are gonna try to build something life-size. Here we have a couple of chopsticks, and this is the first sushi that started my experimentation. So this is a sort of kanimaki or salmon maki, something like this. The structure is very simple. I have three of these regular rubber wheels that I flip over, and this is the result that you have. I stack them, three of them together. Inside I have a Travis brick, studs on four sides. I run some tiles on the side, and then in the middle I stuck inside some tiles to create a nice maki. So I think this is already pretty nice, pretty straightforward, and we can actually use the chopstick to do this. As for the chopsticks, I'm not a big fan of the color scheme, but this is what I had. I think this one, very simple stacking of bricks, is the best way. Potentially you could use the round one. You have a better rounded shape, but I think the texture is a little bit weird. Otherwise, if you have enough, I think this would be the best pieces. They have a very nice texture to them, but I only have a few of them and in black, so I decided that at the end, this was the best solution, and I also give a little stand where we can put our chopstick. So after I built the first one, then I thought, okay, what I can build next? What's the next sushi that I can build? So I thought I'm gonna build a tamago. So here I have a sort of kind of piece of rice, okay? Here I have two of these modified bricks back to back that I think actually should be illegal because there's a lot of stress in the part. But for the purpose of this one, it doesn't have to be perfect. The more irregular surface I have, the better. Here you can see already with these tiles on the jumper, I started to build the wrap around it. And then for the top, I combine these clips with a couple of different plates and tiles and different color, different shade of yellow that is just gonna sit on top there. This is because it allows me to give a slight angle to this. And then of course, to cover all of that, I just need one 1x4 slope to put on top there, and this gives the illusion that everything is wrapped up. Of course, it's not connected, so I need to be a little bit careful with this, but already I think I achieve a good result from this point of view, especially if you just take a picture of this build and you don't play around with it. Now, I wanted something bigger as well. I think this one is more or less in scale, maybe a little bit taller, while probably this one should be maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. I wanted to create a hand roll. So this is the kind of structure I have. So I have three sort of cone-shaped build, and then I have this modified brick with studs on four sides that I connected here so that I can add additional slope on the side as well as an inverted slope at the back. And this is the main structure that allow me to achieve this. So this is a hand roll, and I went for a sort of California hand roll. I'm not gonna take it apart because otherwise things will fall off. But as you can see, I added some cucumber, I added some leaf, I added a piece of, I'm not sure, I think it's crab inside the California. We have some egg, and we have some white that represent all the pieces of rice. It's not a perfect shape on top, but I think once you put it down like this, it gives a pretty good idea on what we wanted to create. But now, of course, I need to create a little bit of decoration for this scene. So what I need is a sort of plate. So I decided to create a sort of board, wooden board. I went with 10 with a little bit of brown insert. You can see we have smooth corners, and I use a big plate underneath to keep everything together. And this is where we can start to put our pieces of sushi on top. Now we have a little bit of space over here in the corner, so I thought I can add some wasabi. So with some lime green, a few slopes, a few plates, I create a irregular sort of shape that can be our wasabi. You can put it wherever you want it to put, okay? Something like this. Now, I think the scene is not complete yet. We can add a little bit of decorations. So one decoration I can add is adding maybe some flower to the scene, maybe to just have a decoration on the table like that. I think we need a place where to put our soy sauce. So I have this sort of tipper container from Construction Elements, to which I add a few transparent tiles. So it gives the idea of the sauce where we're gonna dip our sushi. And then I thought also we need a little container maybe for the wasabi or for other small items, which is actually this one. And maybe you are thinking, what is that? That it must be not be Lego. Well, actually it is. This is actually a bigger sort of wheel that when you flip over, let me see if I can do it here on camera. There we go. And that's the shape that you get. It looks a little bit like a vase, okay? But it's actually one of these very soft rubber wheels. And on top of it, I added one simple cover with an handle on top. So I think we have a pretty interesting scene set up. We can put back our hand roll over here. And we can even, if we want, use some of these Lego cloth pieces to create a sort of tissue paper napkin kind of thing. So if these don't break, we should be able as well to pick up one of the sushi and dip it into the sauce. So let me know, guys, what you think about this, my first, I think, life-size food creation, and let me know if you would like to see something more in this kind of style. Meanwhile, if you like these Japanese style builds, I recommend you to build to see the minifigure habitat I built last week for the kimono girl minifigure from the CMF4. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao, ciao!